Namaste. So I'm going to guide you through a breathing practice called coherent breathing. Coherent breathing uses a sukha breath, an easy breath. And the breath is of an even count, and we're going to stay with an in and exhale for a count of 5. I will guide you through it. And sukha meaning easy. The breathing is a very fluid, gentle, flowing breath. So sometimes, or a lot of the time in yoga, we breathe with a diaphragmatic breath, where we really fill the lungs from the very bottom, the middle to the top. So it's a full, energizing, expansive breath. Coherent breathing, though, isn't that. So you're working with an easy, relaxed breath, and there's a gentle filling of lungs, and then a gentle emptying of lungs. I'm going to be using an app, so I will talk you through it, and then I'll set the app so that you'll hear a sound every 5 seconds. So you will turn your breath on that sound. So you'll breathe in, hear the sound, breathe out. 5 seconds, breathe in, hear the sound, breathe out. Hear the sound, 5 seconds, breathe in, and that will continue for 5 minutes. So once I've settled you, I will also join you in lying for this breath practice for 5 minutes, and then gently, once we've finished the practice, bring you out back to a more alert state. So let's start. So we'll start by lying on our backs. We'll start in an active shavasana. So an active shavasana so that we can ground ourselves. Grounding is extremely important. It connects us to the earth and the universal consciousness. It also brings stability and calmness to us and our nervous systems. One thing I didn't say was that coherent breathing with this even count balances the nervous system. So you have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, and that easy, even count of inhale and exhale brings both of these 2 branches of the autonomic nervous system into balance. So let's ground ourselves in active shavasana. So I'm going to spin around this way just because I've got my telephone. So bring yourself down to lying. And do make sure you're warm, so you might want to pull a blanket on. Only have something behind the back of the head if you feel that the chin is up towards ceiling. And only have something like maybe a bolster behind the backs of the knees if the lower back feels like it's arching too strongly away from the earth. This active shavasana we're trying to do without props, and then you can add your props when we come into the coherent breathing pattern. So legs nice and long, arms by sides of body, palms facing the earth. So just soften and flop, settle, and we're coming to active shavasana. So roll onto the centre of the heels. Press the heels forwards. Press the balls of the feet forwards. Think about pressing through the balls of the feet, the pad of the big toe, so they press forwards in space. And then think about bringing the little toe around so that you start to spread in the soles of the feet. You widen the soles of the feet. So you're not strongly 10 out of 10 pushing an imaginary wall away, but there probably is a 5 or 6
amount of effort in the feet. So nice and active, but not too strong or active. And then we tuck the tailbone under. So you could maybe put your hands on the pubic bone, so the very front of the pelvis, and then tuck the pubic bone forwards into the hands. And you'll feel that the lower back will ground. Bring the arms by sides of body, palms to floor, and again you're just gently going to press, hands, arms down. Shoulders are down from ears and the shoulder blades are broad. Now slide, centre of back of head, slide the centre of the back of the head downwards and backwards so that you tuck the chin in. So you've got heels grounded, lower back grounded, shoulders, arms, hands grounded, back of head grounded. So this is active Shavasana. Now just start to notice your gentle breathing. And what you might want to do is take a deep breath in through the nose and sigh the breath out through the mouth. Doing that a few more times. And so this is a diaphragmatic breath, where you really breathe down into belly. You allow the belly to expand. You allow the rib cage to open. The breastbone will lift. The collarbones will lift. And the back body will expand down into the earth. Bringing the breath, just let it return back to its natural state. And each exhalation, have a sense of earthing yourself. So there's an actual sense, feeling or visualization of rooting, growing roots down through back body so that you unify your body with the earth. So you feel grounded in body because heels are rooted, hands, arms, shoulders, lower back grounded, centre back of head gently pressing down. But you use that exhale to anchor and throw roots out into Mother Earth. So once you have that sense of being grounded, just relax the body, soften. Now this is where you might want to place that prop behind back of head. You might want a bolster or rolled up mat behind the back of the knees so that the lower back can stay long. And if you haven't already done so, gently close your eyes. Let the eyelids be smooth, lightly closed. As you breathe out, relaxing the muscles around the eyes, so that as you soften and relax, the eyes will release backwards. Jaw relaxed, so let the back teeth sit apart and allow the jaw to drop down even more. Let the tongue lightly float up to rest on the top palate. Bringing your attention inwards, starting to notice your breath, easy, relaxed sukha breathing. There's a gentle flow, like the ocean drawing into shore and being pulled gently back to the expansiveness of the ocean. An easy ebb and flow. Keeping the breath light and relaxed. Starting to breathe in for 4 and out for 4. Remembering that the breath stays easy and relaxed. So it doesn't matter how far the lungs fill, you just turn the breath on the count of 4. So breathing in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4. Continuing with this easy, even count of 4. I'm just going to, as you continue with your breathing, set this app up. That's the sound of my speaker, apologies. It has a voice. So this sound that you hear is a rhythm of 5 seconds. So take your time to tune in to this rhythm of in for 5 and out for 5. Maintain an easy flow. Relaxed and gentle breathing. It might be that you choose to feel or visualize the breath breathing in from base of spine, up spine to crown of head, and breathing out, drawing the breath down from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. So just letting the breath settle to where it wants to be. Let your count float away on a cloud. You might now want to stretch through the body, opening your eyes, having a yawn. Bringing the knees in towards the belly. Hugging the thighs down onto the abdomen. Maybe rock from side to side. Just massaging over the back of the body, back of the skull. Or hands on knees, maybe circling the knees. My eyes keep wanting to close. Keep them open, unless you're doing this, of course, before you go to sleep, which would be one of the perfect times. There's always a perfect time, any time, to do this practice. But, you know, if your mind is more anxious than usual, then do this coherent breathing to balance the nervous system. Do it before bed. You don't have to do it for 5 minutes. You can do it for much longer. 20 minutes perhaps. And you can do this in bed. You might find that you then fall asleep. And of course, if you wake up with those thoughts in your mind that prevent you from sleeping, then you redo your coherent breathing. You don't have to be lying down to do the breath practice. You can do it at any time when you feel your thoughts maybe taking over you and your nervous system coming into a heightened state of fight or flight. Then use this practice. There are many, many practices that you can do to balance your nervous system, and also to bring the vagal nerve down to induce a state of calm and relaxation. So gently roll yourself up to one side. Placing hands in Anjali Mudra. Thumbs on breastbone. Bow to close your practice. Namaste.